Creating a case is very easy in OnCue. You click the New button for a new case, enter your case name. We're just going to call this one Demo, and then choose where you're going to place this case. You can place this case on a network. You can place it on a NAS drive. You can place it on an external drive. But for me, I'm going to place it local on my hard drive. I'm going to click Create Case, and now OnCue will open it. As you create the case, all of the folders are created for you inside of the case folder. Take a look here and you'll notice that we have the demo case is the folder that we're in right now, what we just created on the C drive. And then under that, you'll see the audio visuals, treatments, transcripts, sync videos, and documents. This is where everything for OnCue will go. Those are all inside of this particular folder. The layout is straightforward. We have our workflow ribbon right here. These bring up relevant windows to be able to do all of the work that you need to do. Here is your displays area. These panels right here give you the ability to choose where you are going to display your evidence that is currently displayed in the viewer window. These are the displays that are coming out of your computer. The Publish button allows you to publish anything that you have inside of the viewer window. When you hover over the Publish button, you'll see there it says nothing found to present. So if there's nothing in the viewer window, then obviously it will not publish anything to the presentation monitor. Your media bar is where everything is available to you. It's your documents, your audio visuals, transcripts, designations, media scripts, and notebooks. All of that is available right here. So you can think of this like an explorer that would show you all of your files and folders. When it comes to the preferences that we have for you inside of the program and what you can change, one of those specifically is our hotkeys. You can actually go in and edit those hotkeys so it can be something that you want it to be. You don't have to stick with our defaults, although we really thought our hotkeys out for what would be best for a trial tech, but if you have things you're used to, you can absolutely go in and change them. Adding documents to OnCue is really simple. What we're going to do here is we're going to go to our desktop right now. There are multiple ways to go about doing this, but I'm going to take my defendant exhibits right here and just add this whole folder of exhibits, drag and drop them in. You can see here that this will enable you to have an ID and a name. That's how we call things up. It's by ID, name, and Bates number. The name of your file or files determines how these things are set. You have a delimiter area here. Notice we have all of our defendants exhibits, so all that's left is to hit continue. These are all added and ready to go. And if we go to our case folder, you notice those defendant exhibits are now in the documents folder as well. OnCue puts them where it needs them to be. The next thing I'll do is grab our plaintiff exhibits and show you another feature when adding documents. You can change all of your IDs right here. For instance, if I wanted to choose none right here and I need that EX to become P, one of the things I can do is I can take out this name right here of NASA. I'll just take that out. And notice I can just name this P4. My name would be NASA, and now I can add that in. Another thing I can do is edit all of my IDs, and I can do a find and replace. So I'm going to find EX, replace it with P because these are plaintiff exhibits. I'll click OK, and notice now we have all new IDs done in bulk. Hit continue, and now those are added to our case as well. Pretty simple to go through and do things in the viewer. As you can see here, you can do a call out, you can do a highlight. One of the cool things about our annotation tools is that to get those off the screen, it's a simple double click. If you do another call out here, and we can highlight right here, right click on that highlight, and then go down to our color, and we can change the color of the highlight without affecting our default highlighter color. Calling documents up is very simple. If we take a look and we want to call up Plaintiff's Exhibit 4, we push XP4. Notice down in the bottom left-hand corner what we get there. We get a retrieve by ID, which shows us what we're typing in. So we're just going to push enter here and pull up P4. Notice this is a 618-page document. We can go to the last page by simply clicking right here. That takes us to the last page. Clicking here gets us to the first page. And if we want to go to page 200, we would just type in the number 200 and press enter, and that will bring us up to page 200. That's the page number that's on the screen. screen. One of the things you can do as well is go in and let's do a call out on this little section right here, and we'll shrink this call out down a little bit so we have access to the entire document. Then we'll call this one out as well, shrink it down, and then let's go ahead and just add some highlights on here. We'll highlight the uplink to LM, and we'll highlight the 11250 right here. We can click on our save button and notice now we have a saved annotation. We have our original, and then we have our annotation that we can call up at any time to be able to present. You can call your documents up simply by typing in the number, or you can just come over and click on whatever you want. You can also do searches. For instance, if I needed to search for NASA, I can search right there and notice it drills down and finds NASA. There you go. You can add Bates numbers to documents as well. We're not actually burning the Bates number into the document, but you can code a document to be a Bates number. You can also split screen your documents. We can hit our split screen button right here, and we can add this document up on the side, and we can change pages in these. So this one will go to page 2, and this one on the left will go to page 20. If you want either one of these to come up full screen, all you have to do is double click it, and that will bring it up full screen for you. Another cool feature is when you have a document on the screen like this one and you wanted to continue to the next page, you do a Control// and that will add the next page in the series. So this is page 22, this is page 23, and we know that because it tells us at the bottom. If you come across a document that may not be working well, or there's something problematic with the PDF, one of the things that we give you the ability to do is to right-click on your document, go down to Optimize PDF. This will allow you to have certain optimization options that may make this PDF work like it should. So we're going to begin optimization. You can see here that's running. It's complete, and now this PDF should be as fast as any other PDF because we optimized it. If you want to put things in notebooks, you can say organize, and this area will allow you to organize your documents. And now what I want to do is I just want to put a few things in here. So I'm going to go to page 200, and I'm going to put in that little call out that we did right there. We're going to put it into organize in our notebook. And then we can put in a couple of pages here, and we can just grab those, drop them in there. And then maybe we can go with page 2 of this one, and we can go with page 2 of this one, and then we'll add all of D3. You can see here that your notebook enables you to organize things in a way that makes it easy for you. Inside of our notebook here, we are going to place what is called a native file. I have an Excel spreadsheet. This works for any kind of file you have, whether it's a text file, whether it's a PowerPoint, whether it's a Word document. You can access all of those inside of here. Let's go to multimedia. Here we go. We're going to add this text file in right here. So you can see when you click this and you click this button right here, what that will do is open your Excel spreadsheet for you. That's a pointer so that you can see it. Same way with your text, you can double click on it and that will open that text up and you are good to go. You can right click and print your notebook, and this will allow you to add things to the page like your Bates number, your ID, your page number. You can add a barcode. You can add a name in the bottom left corner. Notice the label down here. You can print to PDF or to a printer or wherever it is that you want to print to. You can also export an exhibit list, and what this will do is create a text file that shows you everything that's inside, including your annotations, and that is all available to you by going to File, Export, Exhibit List. I'm going to go to a picture-in-picture right now, which is going to allow you to see my presentation screen. I'm going to push F5 and launch this, and as you can see, that now goes to the jury. I can also do a call out right here on the top. Notice the jury does not have that yet. When I push F5, that launches it to the jury. Now, some people want to be able to publish to the jury in real time. So what we'll do is we'll use our on air button. We'll turn OnCue red with this button right here showing you that you're on air. We're going to put index D5 enter, and notice it comes up on the other screen as well. Everything I do here with my call outs and my highlights are displayed simultaneously over on the presentation screen, so you see it in real time. I'm going to go over to my presentation screen, and right over here I'm going to call up our toolbar, and notice I have my toolbar now at the bottom. What I can do is I can right click and I can choose to change my toolbar placement right here to the top. Another thing I can do is I can customize my toolbar, so if I don't like all of these buttons, I can just go in and take out the ones that I don't want to use. And our notebooks are actually up here as well, so you can choose what you want to present. You can just go to your notebook, click it, and there it is. So that's all available to you in the presentation area as well. We have some great features for working with deposition video. For instance, I've created this folder called multimedia. What I'm going to do is list this as details and sort by type. What I want you to notice is every transcript that sits in here, the video for that transcript is here as well. The video and the transcript are in the same folder. Now notice these are on my desktop in a folder called multimedia. When we add the transcripts in, the videos are automatically moved to our case folder and inside of the sync videos folder. So you see right here, this folder is empty. Let's go ahead and import these transcripts. When we drag and drop them in, it says the following media file was found in the folder. Do you want to copy these files into the case folder? I'm going to apply to all and click copy files. Now media is being added into our case folder, and it's adding all of our transcripts for us right here. And you can see when we click these now, the video is connected to the transcript. If we click right here, we see them in the sync videos folder that was previously empty. If by chance you have a video that is not working properly for whatever reason, you can now right click on the transcript. You can go to optimize video, and this will re-encode the video for you and automatically update OnCue with the new video that you need to use with this deposition. Another thing you can do is you can right click and remap your media files. So if you don't want this to be the file associated with this transcript, just change the file and path and find the video that you want it to be. Click on Save Changes, and that will update the path to the multimedia file. We've made designations very easy for you. We will be using our designation wizard. You can still do depositions the traditional way, but our designation wizard works really well. I'm going to take this transcript, and I can see down in the bottom left that this video is 31 minutes and 47 seconds long. It has 25 lines per page, and there are 35 pages available. So what I'm going to do is use our designation wizard, and I'm going to create a list here. So we're going to click Add New List. We're going to give it an ID of DL1 for Designation List 1, and we will name it Crockett Designations. Then we're going to choose the transcript we're doing, Sarah Crockett, and then we're going to select our designations that we're doing for the plaintiff. So I'm going to type page 10, line 1, to line 14. Notice that OnCue automatically makes that. The formatting does not matter. Page 11, line 5 to page 13, line 6. Notice it made that designation over there because it understands it. It does its best to interpret what you type. If it doesn't understand it, it's going to turn it red and you won't be able to see it. It'll notify you there's an error here. So for instance, if I type page 1, notice it's red, and you cannot use page 1 because it's not synchronized. So I'm going to do one more designation and click enter. Those designations are done. We're going to click on save, and we go to the create edit designations area here. We're going to do a little bit of tuning for you so you can see. Now take a look at this one right here. Notice that we left out line 25 on page 9. That was where the question should have been. So all we have to do is start at 25, go to the end of our designation, right click and choose edit the start and stop to what I just selected. So that updated it. Let's tune this. Okay, here we go.
Do you know if it was...
There's one. We're going to save that. We're going to go to the next and go to the I'm sorry. Avoid So we're going to move this down a little bit. Let's see if it's right here.
Again, please avoid, I'm sorry.
There it is right there. So we're going to save that. Notice what happened right over here for you. The red turned to a gray color, and that lets you know that you have tuned and saved that designation. Let's go to the next designation. We've got another one we need to do. We left out page 11, line 4, so we need that. You don't have to do the select like I did. You can go right up here and type in the number 4, and there you go. It updated it. Now let's listen to it. Here we go.
Do you have any independent
All right, that's
recollection?
perfect. So we're going to hold our control key and click save. That's going to take us to the end of our designation. And we're looking for the word no. You can see right here, 1306. Let's listen.
SC, do you know what time of day that would have been written?
There's the no.
Of day that would have been written?
No.
All right. We're going to save that one. We're going to move to the next one. We're going to do with anyone. Listen right here.
With anyone?
No.
All right. We're going to go to the end. And this one needs to be updated to be accurate. So I'm just going to select all of this. Right click. Edit start stop to selection. Listening for the word yes.
It should be accurate.
Yeah.
There's the yes. Save it right there. So as you can see, all of our designations are now saved. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Number one, you can see here that we have our duration list. Our designations are 3 minutes and 1 second. If you happen to have designations that you need to make for the defendant, you can go right down in here and you can go to their designations. And I'm going to make two really quick ones here. Let's right click, add selection. Now you can see this one is red because it is a designation from the defendant. We're going to right click and add selection on this one as well. Let's go ahead and tune these up.
Did you own a...
So we're going to save that one.
Yes.
There's the yes. And you can see how quick you can tune right here.
Well, if a patient
All right, that's perfect. We're going to save that. We're going to go to the end here and listen to the end.
I didn't triage this patient, so...
I didn't triage this patient.
Because I didn't triage this patient.
There it is right there. So we're going to save that. Take a look at what we can do inside of here. Notice that we have an objection here that we need to pull out. We don't automatically pull your objections out. But what you can do here is you can select this and this and this. This needs to come out. Right click and remove selection. What that does is split this into two clips. So now we need to go our two designations. What we need to do now is go tune the end of this one. Let's listen.
How long it had been going on?
There's the going on. Save that. Go to the next one.
I don't really know.
Boom.
Because
that's perfect, and we're going to save that. So the way this would look is like this. I'm going to go into presentation mode, and I'm going to present just this one designation right here. If I push F5.
Well, if a patient presented with headache, were you primary...
Notice right here, looking at this, it says by Mr. McDaniel right here, and they don't want that showing on the transcript. You can go right in here, double click, take this out, press enter, and when I run this designation now,
well,
notice that the by Mr. McDaniel's gone. So you can pull out text that is within a transcript that you don't want to show on the screen. And that makes it a lot easier when you're doing video editing like this. And the reason that we use the designation wizard is because you can add, edit, or import a list. You can copy and paste out of an email, or however you get your designations, you will be able to create them quickly. Also, if you wanted a designation to switch from being a plaintiff to a defendant designation, you can just right click and go down here to assign highlighter and make that change. Speaking of your highlighters, you can go in and set your highlighter colors to say what you want them to say. I'm going to say plaintiff here, and here I will do defendant. I'll just type defendant in. And now what that's going to do is update my changes. And if I want to change one, I can go down to assign highlighter and notice we have plaintiff and defendant right here. Notice too that these are out of page line order. So what we're going to do is right click. We're going to go down here and we're going to sort these by page and line number. Sometimes you're asked, how long is this video? If you look down at the bottom, notice our duration is 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Another thing you can do is you can show the breakdown of how many the plaintiff has, how many the defendant has, and their total runtime right there. You can right click on a designation list and you can choose to do a report. And these are designation list reports. You can also do a transcript report. And I'm going to go ahead and check all these, create report. First report is going to be the one you give the court reporter. This is the one that gives you your total runtime. And then as you can see here, it gives you a color coding of your designations. The transcript report is just a little bit different. This is a condensed transcript report that will allow you to see the entire deposition and will also show color coding. Another thing that you can do with your video is you can export it. So I'm going to right click and choose export right here. We're going to export the video. And we're going to make this an MP4. We're going to include our embedded text and click Begin Export. Now, what's going to happen is in the background, OnCue is combining 6 designations and turning them into one file. The reason it turns them into one file is because our auto advance arrows are pointing down, which tells OnCue that these all go together, so we want to export them as a single file. Now, the speed of export is based on the specs of your computer and how big your designation list is. When it's done, I'm going to minimize OnCue, and let's double click and watch this in a separate video application.
If it was made on the same day as Mr. Cunningham was in.
You notice that the text is running
These
along
charts
with
get
the
broke
deposition
down
and is embedded
at midnight.
into this MP4
time.
file
So
that's
they're
just
taking-
playing in a video player. Let's take a look at document linking. This is where we're going to take documents and we're going to link them to the video so they automatically come up at specific times. So take a look here. We'll take one of our documents. Let's use this one and let's have it come up at page 10, line 2. And then we'll scroll down here and we're going to have P4, page 200. You could just go up here and type in P4.200. And there it is right there. So I'm going to drag and drop this one onto line number 8. And then right here on line number 12, I'm going to have it clear. So I'm going to right click and choose Clear Link Document. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like to the people in the courtroom that are watching this. It shows you right here everything that we have. Let's go to our presentation side. Take a look at how these documents automatically come up and come down.
Do you know if it was made on the same day as Mr. Cunningham was in the emergency room?
These charts get broke down.
There's your first document that's up. Let me pause here. You can still go in while this is playing and you can still do your call outs. You can still do your highlights. You can still do everything you want to do. If you want to have your toolbar up, notice our toolbar now has an area that allows you to see the time and the waveform of the video that's running as it's running. So let's take a look.
The same night, so they can't be charted on like the next day.
I can't hear you.
They can't be charted on after they're seen in the ER. They go to
Okay. Well, the 132 would have been 132 in the morning, correct?
There's the next
Yes.
document. Notice it came up,
sorry.
and then there's your clear. Let's take a look at our designation dashboard right here. What this does is this tells us the total time remaining. That's always a question in court. How long do we have left on this video? It's got the designation time remaining, as well as the current page and current line number. This tells us where we are at a glance. Also on here, we have our ability to have a real-time thumbnail preview of what's happening on our presentation monitor. Let's hit play here and watch this part.
On the same day as Mr. Cunningham was in the emergency room.
You can
These
see there,
charts
you're
get
getting a
broke down
live feed of everything that's
midnight.
going on over
Yes,
on this
so they're-
monitor.
they
So
can't
that's
be
all
charted
taking
on
place over there. So I'm able to see it
They go
from
to-
my monitor
Okay.
and watch it. Also, if I right click and export this video again, notice right here we have the option to include linked document. So we can export these videos once again to another single video, except this time it's going to have documents linked to it. So when we run that MP4 file, it's automatically going to have those documents linked and embedded into that video file. You can share it with your attorneys that are going to trial so they can see firsthand what the video is going to look like with the documents coming up and coming down. Let's go ahead and watch this in our video player.
On the same day as Mr. Cunningham was in the emergency
Here we
room.
go.
These charts at midnight.
As you can see, those
So they
documents are linked into the video. Let's go ahead and do another designation list report here. Let's hit create report. Notice this one now tells you these are the documents that are linked to the video. We've got D2 and P4. And then when we come down here, we can see that it tells us where things are going to come up and where they're going to clear. And all of these things are saved. If you have a video that you need to sync or you need to adjust the time code, we give you the ability to do that with the commands down here on the bottom. We also have some related help features here that you can click on, and this will take you into our website support center. When you're working on a network, You will be able to see what someone else does if you're working on the same database. So if they make a change, you will be able to see that change reflected on your database as well in real time. You don't have to refresh the database. You don't have to open and close OnCue. You will get the update for what they do immediately when you're working in a collaborative format. Let's go over our audio visuals section. This applies to any playable media that has not been put in as a deposition transcript. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add this in here, and I'm going to change the ID and give it an ID of V1 for video 1. Press enter, click continue. Now we have this video. To play this, as always, you would simply press F5 and then launch that over to your presentation screen so that you can see that. So I'm going to start this one, move it to here, and save it. Now watch, when we save, I get this little clip that's created. On the next clip we're gonna make, we are going to zoom into the video. Let's start it right here and end it right here. And let's save that one. When we play the first one, notice that it plays. It's the one we saved. It only plays what we saved.
Yeah, and I think that'll be great because
as you can see
she's
here,
gonna wind up taking this bike,
and that runs through. When it's done, it will
that'll
simply
be good
pause.
to be able to talk to
It's
her
just going to pause right there when it's done. The next one that's zoomed in, click play, look at that, zoomed in, but we can still zoom out. So all we have to do is double click it and zoom in on somewhere else if we want to, as you can see there. Notice, even though we zoomed out during playback, that doesn't change the clip. It's still a zoomed in video when we come back to it. We can also link documents to these videos. So we're going to go picture in picture, go on air, and notice that plays with a document alongside of it. When you go into your tools section, you can go to optimize your database. For those of you who remember working in a Microsoft Access database in one of the other programs available to you, you would do a compact and repair of a database. Here you can just simply optimize it. So we're going to optimize the selected case database, and you can see there everything is good to go.